Welcome to the Enlightenment Space, a place you could say to get your light on without a light switch. Vikla Shion Venta Evelyn Kro Harakya So Nunset Nyan Tikiono Vat Nexo Darin Klat no Sabiant Ish na Krashona Klat Valium de Nakroshu Da Sho Krana Vishnesachantaki den tlaklom kalivre kloshacha den shi vren kron sarita kasha lab yano krania staikia sosha ekina bron satina krestorvante dan letos naktiarasa Kishnekereno sum durapra kadiora miernakto sa iklenchato kra. On to the side. And the world that is in chaos, it is difficult to accept what is because one's beliefs think it should be different. But to realize that everything serves a purpose. I know that's hard to take. Whatever is going on is on purpose. The intellect says whose purpose? It is life's purpose. Throughout history, chaos, disasters, and destructions has forced humanity into a new level of existence if it didn't wipe it out. So we can see that we live always on the edge, an edge of crises. Will we wake in the morning? We don't know. All we know is that life is this. And whatever is taking place in your life is it. It doesn't say that you like it, but it's important to evolve to accept it because all of what is taking place is contributing to the transformation of humanity. That's the way it has always been. From the very first early days of existence for the caveman, things take place and force them out of their cave, force them into the woods, force them into other places, and they live differently. So the body is a transformative mechanism that is always reaching out, knowing that there is more. The genetic makeup of the body is designed, is programmed already with advancements for humanity. We just need to find out how to turn it on, how to access it. But realizing the purpose of the consciousness itself is to propel humanity into a higher level of existence, a greater arena of participation and cooperation. For we see that with the lack of cooperation, disaster takes place. And with beliefs and concepts about how things should be, remains in the way of advancement. So we are at a place in this very moment to totally abandon beliefs, concepts, and conditionings about and begin to look within to recognize the consciousness that you are already. It is not something that you have to find, it is there. But it takes one's willingness, one's allowing to access it. Otherwise, it remains dormant. And this is maybe a warning to you, is that if you don't wake up, if you don't start being who you really are, accepting what you are facing a very difficult existence, if existence at all. So we see the world is in crisis, but it's on purpose, because that is forcing human beings into a greater realization, providing they don't destroy themselves. But the consciousness is here to prevent that, to allow human beings to access a higher existence that is very present from the day of birth, but lies dormant. You can imagine what had happened if Ishvara had started speaking as a 3-year-old. It would shock the world. But now, as a 78-year-old, no one listens. So it is life. But to totally accept oneself as they are is the first step. To know that everything in your life is on purpose. And it doesn't say you have to like it. It just is on purpose. It is doing something. It is causing something to take place within the body. And you're not alone. For everyone you come into contact with is affected in some ways. They may not realize it. They may not like it. They may say, oh, that's too weird. That's too far out. What planet are you from? Well, it remains to be seen where I'm from. All I know is I'm here now. And I'm here on purpose. I'm here functioning as a human being to assist others around me to achieve their humanity. Because when you live in enslavement to beliefs and concepts, you are missing out on your true human self. You're living in a false reality, a false existence. And it's easy to do that because everyone around you is doing the same thing. So if all the animals are running towards the edge of the cliff and going over, are you going to go along with them, you see? So at some point is to wake up, to realize that your life is on purpose, and it is an opportunity for you to begin to see how that fits in this giant puzzle of the consciousness. It's all inclusive. It doesn't exclude anything. So we see that we are on the edge of a new discovery of human existence to achieve a new level of possibility. It takes the willingness to do it. For it is far easier to stay in the old ways, to keep the old beliefs, to be comfortable with one's life as it was or was not. But the whole idea, the whole thing is to accept it, to allow it, And if you can bring yourself to embrace it and maybe even love it a little bit, you'll find a swift change begins to take place within yourself. The consciousness is a transformative energy that will transform you from bottom up. That's everything. You can live a life that is comfortable within this flesh, and the organs and tissues can work together in harmony because the disruptors is one's fear, one's resistance, one's beliefs, one's concepts. And there's plenty of reinforcement around us for all of that. We see it everywhere. To begin to realize that your thoughts create your reality. Your beliefs create your reality. And we can see the kind of reality that humanity is creating now, one of destruction, self-destructive tendencies abound. So to wake up from that may be intimidating to the person, but it must take place if humanity is to achieve its next level of possibility. And it's close, it's very close. And I can see that the circumstances around us are actually pushing us into a higher level of existence. If we can just abandon the beliefs about how things should be and begin to be with how things are, and maybe muster within ourselves some bit of love and harmony and balance. For the world is out of balance, is in chaos, but you don't have to be the world. You don't have to be out of balance. You don't have to be in chaos because what is in you is greater than what is outside. To be the consciousness wholeheartedly is to experience and to embrace and to invite transformation. And transformation leads to the next level of human existence. We can imagine what it might be like for all human beings to be whole and real within themselves, true to their inner nature of consciousness, of fullness, allowing. We see that one's ideals about some other place, some other time, is misleading. For the truth in consciousness is there is no other place. There is nowhere else to go other than in the self, in the higher experiences that the consciousness offers every human being. It takes an allowing, a willingness, and even maybe a belief in that possibility. I mean, you see what beliefs have got you with everything else, so why not have a belief that's going to facilitate your transformation? Instead of putting off someplace else, some other time, another life, what we have is this. This is it. To embrace that takes courage, takes a willingness, and allowing. To allow life to become what it is designed to be is the step. Life is already programmed in consciousness. It just takes the movement of human beings to move collectively in a direction that allows for higher experience and connection. How many? A handful? Millions? Or one? I vote for one. That way it's already done. I can see it's done. It's up to you to begin to realize that it's done. And the more of us that realize that it's done, it will be the absolute experience of all of humanity. It's not a selfish thing. It's a very loving, compassionate thing because we see how much suffering is happening in the world and how nature is suffering from human ignorance of how things are connected. We are life. The consciousness is life. It is all things. It is connected to all things. And to realize that is the greatest realization one can have. Everything else falls into place. So take heart. When you look around yourself and you see the disasters, the chaos, the problems, the fears, go into yourself and access the highest part of yourself, the consciousness, and let it be the dominant driving force of your existence. And you will be amazed about the changes that take place in every aspect of your existence. So let it be. From this moment on, be the real self, the consciousness, and live it every moment. Hold it in your awareness every moment, and you will be amazed about the changes that can take place within the body and around the body. It's all connected. We don't live in a vacuum. We are not separate. We're at one with the power that is the consciousness, the ever evolving, becoming existence of life itself. So, let it be.
We have a post from Captain Silliness. It certainly feels like we are animals going over the cliff sometimes. I'm so glad it's close.
That must be Shantara.
Johannes says, thank you. Much love.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ishvara.
You're welcome.
And Jochen says, thank you, Ishvara. Much needed.
Thank you.
And Todd says, thank you so much for sharing your light, Ishvara. I don't know where we'd be without you. Much love.
Thank you.
And Slava says, thank you, Ishvara. A much needed message.
Thank you.
And Captain Silliness says, yep.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for being a part of this moment. And thank you for your love and your support. And remember, you're all right already. Just know that.